Next topic is immunology. What is mean by the immunology? What it is means it is a branch of the science biology. A branch of the biology which deals with the immunity. Immunity we are taking, which deals with the immunity. So immunity means what? What is mean by the immunity? Whether we are taking into the humans we are taking means we are always exposing to the so many number of the pathogens here, continuously exposing into the so many number of the pathogens are nothing but as the disease causing agents is called as a pathogens here. So always we are exposing to the thousands and the thousands of the pathogens continuously each and every second in our surroundings we are taking. So there may be the virus, bacteria, fungi, parasites, protozoans, etc. we are taking. Like this, so many types of the pathogens are there in our surroundings we are. So these pathogens, when they are continuously exposed, we are exposing to the continuously to these pathogens. So what the human body is doing means the human body is trying to prevent their activity in the body or on the body we are taking. On the surface of the body or the inside of the body. Suppose they are entered the inside of the body, that time their activity, our body is trying to prevent their activity or their function in our body. Whether they are on the surface of the body, so on the body also these bacteria, the pathogens are presented to preventing their activity. One system it is develops against to that of this pathogen activity. So resistant to this pathogen activity, that is called as a immunity. That is nothing but as a immunity or resistance of the individual. So any one of the individual, those who are having into the higher immunity, most probably they are not getting into the any certain type of the diseases, because immunity system is acting or it is killing into the pathogen. It is acting as against to the pathogenic agent here. So suppose we are getting into the diseases. When it is happens, sometimes we are getting the diseases means the immune system regarding to that particular pathogens is going to decrease. That time that particular pathogen is develops into the disease in our body here. So like this, the immunity is involving in our body we are taking. This is the importance of the immunity system. And the study of this immunity system is called as a immunology. The study of this immunity system in the human is called as a immunology here. Then terminology is history and everything. We can be read from the textbook itself, no problem. Next we are going to the concept, the immunology. How many types or when the immunity is developed into the organisms means by birth. By birth of individual or organism. That means starting of organism. By birth, the organisms are getting into the immunity, the resistance they are getting. So, and sometimes some immunity, some resistant powers we are getting in the lifetime of organism here. So, based on that, the immunity in the individuals are differentiated into the two types. Immune system is differentiated into the two types in the case of the humans here. Immunity or immune system. One is the innate immunity and other one is the acquired immunity. Innate immunity by birth, whatever the immunity we are getting, that is called as a innate immunity. So we are not developing here. So by birth, the individual whatever they are getting, the immunity is called as a innate immunity here. Innate immunity. Acquired immunity, in the lifetime of the individual, those who are developing the immunity, that is called as acquired. Acquired means learning. Okay, so acquired means learning. By the learning of, by the getting of the resistance, by the practice we are getting, that is called as acquired immunity. So here the innate immunity is the non-specific immunity. It is a non-specific immunity. The acquired immunity is a specific immunity. It is a specific immunity we are diagnosing. Innate immunity generally it follows the immediate, or it forms into the rapid reactions are forming. Innate immunity is occurs into the rapid reaction. Here it forms into the slow reaction. Initially it forms into the slower process here. So these are the basic differences between into the innate immunity and the acquired immunity. And the types of the innate immunity, the factors of the innate immunity, acquired immunity. So those we can be discussed one by one. First we are taking the innate immunity or the non-specific immunity here. First one is the innate immunity or non-specific immunity. Non-specific immunity. So in this non-specific immunity, how the immunity is forming? So in the organism or the by birth, what type of the immunity power we are getting means based on the factors. The innate immunity is forming by the certain factors in the individual. They are the one is physical, mechanical factor. Second one is a biochemical, or it is also called as a physiological factor. Third one is a cellular factor, and fourth one is a other factors. So these are the certain factors are involving into the innate immunity. One by one can be discussed. First one is a physical and mechanical factors. Some of the physical barriers, generally this factor is called as the barrier factor. Barrier action is conducted in this factor. For example, the skin, mucus, saliva, and we are taking cough, sneeze. All these are comes under the physical and the mechanical factors only. For example, these are acting as a barriers. First of all, we can take the skin and the mucus and the saliva. These are. So skin, this is the largest organ in the body and it covers the entire body. It is an organ in the body and it covers the entire structure. The skin is resistant or the barrier structure. It prevents the entry of the pathogen, different types of the pathogens from the surroundings to it barring here. So it is acting as a physical barrier. It is impermeable to the majority of the pathogens here. So like this, the physically it is barring. This comes under the one factor. Next one is the mucus. Mucus is the sticky structure, sticky layer which is forming into the certain parts of the body. It is covering by the mucus layer. By this sticky nature, they traps into the microbes or the pathogens which are enters into the particular organ we are taking. So it is also acting as a physical barrier structure. Like that is a saliva or the tears we are taking. What these are doing, the saliva and the tears means always these are secreted or these are releasing into the oral part. That is the saliva is releasing into the oral cavity or buccal cavity. Tears you are taking the lacrimal glands they are secreting. Whenever the pathogens or the dust particle they are enters into the particular regions, they are washouts into those pathogens. Here we are not discussing any chemical reaction. So just these are by the washing process, a physical, they are washing into the continuously and they are giving into the protection here. Like this, These are acting as a physical barrier process here. They are comes. And sometimes the cilia. So some of the ciliary surfaces, ciliary epithelial surfaces, these are also acting as a physical barriers only. The cilia is continuously moving. The particles, whatever they are enters, they are thrown out from the body to the externally by the ciliary movements only. And this also comes under the mechanical barrieing system. Coughing and the sneezing process. Suddenly, any dust particle or any pathogen is enters into the respiratory tract. We are getting into the cough and the sneeze. By forcefully, we are exit out into those pathogen or the dust particle. So this is also acting as one of the factor to preventing the entry of the pathogen into the body. So all these are comes under the physical and the mechanical barrier. Either the mechanical processes, that is the sneezing, coughing, or the ciliary movement, or the physical structures like the skin, mucus, and the salivary lacrimal secretions. They are acting as they are forming the immunity system. A resistance is forming, that is the innate immunity. Okay, it is a non-specific. Any type of the pathogens they are preventing here. Next one is the biological, biochemical or the physiological factors which is forming into the innate immunity. Here what we are discussing in the biochemical process means the chemical reactions are this. By using of the chemical reaction, some of the factors they are involving into the immunity development here. For example, the secretions of the skin secretions we are taking means the skin secretions like that as sweat and the oils. Here the pH we are taking 5.5 pH only, it is maintained. The skin secretion, the sweat we are taking the 5.5 pH. In this pH, okay, mostly the pathogens they are not able to survive or withstand into these pHs we are taking means. Okay, so sweat is forming and the oily glands, sebaceous glands we are taking, so these are secreting into the oil. So these are also preventing into the entry of the pathogens from the skin to enter into the body. They are preventing by these secretions. Salty nature of the sweat is preventing into the fungal and the pathogen infections. Oils also they are trapping into the pathogens entry here. Like this skin secretions. Next, salivary secretion, salivary and lacrimal secretions we are taking. Salivary and the lacrimal secretions. The salivary and the lacrimal secretions are having the lysozyme is presented here. The secretions are having the lysozyme. The lysozyme is nothing but as it is a lytic enzyme. These are releasing. It is a lytic enzyme. This lytic enzyme is degrading into the pathogen cell structure here. So like this, whenever the pathogens are enters into the body by the activity, by the action of the lysozyme, chemical reaction, the pathogens are going to degrade it here. So this is also one of the physiological or the biochemical process here. So like this, some internal body fluids are secreting into those specific secretions by their chemical reactivity, or body is forming into the immunity. This comes under the biochemical reaction. Example, human milk we are taking means, okay, uramic acid is presented into the human milk. Uramic acid is presented in the case of the human milk we are. Or like that as a sperm we are taking. Spermatozoin is presented into the sperm we are taking. So like this, the different secretions of the human body is having the different chemicals. Those are acting against to the pathogens and forming into the immunity. Comes under the biochemical factors or physiological factors. Next one is the cellular factor. That means specific cells into the body, they are forming the innate immunity. They are the phagocytes and the NK cells here. Phagocytes and the NK cells. Phagocytosis. The phagocytes are involving in the phagocytosis. Phagocytosis here. And the natural killer cells, they kills into the pathogenic or the infected cells we are taking. How? it is means first of all phagocytes. The phagocytes are nothing but as a modification form of the leukocytes only. Phagocytes we are taking. The phagocytes we are taking. These are a modified form of the leukocytes. Leukocytes only. So what they are doing? Phagocytosis process. They are involving into the phagocytosis, or it is also called as a cell eating process here. What it is means, whenever the pathogens are enters, that time these phagocytes are recognizing into the pathogen and these are moving towards into the pathogen, and these are able to produce into the pseudopodial structure, and whenever these are forming into the pseudopodia around into the pathogen, and these two pseudopodia is coming into the contact and forming, the pathogen is engulfed into the inside of the phagocyte. Once it is enters into the phagocyte, the cytoplasm, the phagocyte is releasing inside this phagocyte, releasing around this, releasing into the lytic enzymes. The pathogen is going to degrade or the kill here. This is a process called as phagocytosis here. Here the steps are there. So chemotoxis, like this, different steps it is involving in this mechanism we are doing. Phagocyte is not a simple process. First recognition is occurs. Next chemotoxis process is chemotoxis towards into the pathogen. How it recognizes into the phagocyte pathogen is enters means on the surface of the pathogen a certain protein molecules or the chemical substances are covered by those chemical substances. The releasing of those chemicals into the body fluids, those are transported, those are circulated along with the body fluids and the blood. That time the receptors of the phagocytes are recognizing those chemicals towards that side. The phagocytes are moving. This is process called as chemotoxis here. Once the chemotoxis, attachment is occurs, next cellular eating is occurs, and then degradation is occurs. These are the steps into the phagocytosis process we are taking. So these are one of the cells. The specific cells into the body, they are involving into the immunity power. So it is called as cellular factor. One of the factor in the cellular factor. Second one is the NK cells, natural killer cells we are taking. Generally, the natural killer cells are involving the cellular deformations here. Deformation, that means infected cells or the cancer cells. Generally, we are taking the cancer cells are forming, and the infected cells are killing by the NK cells only. Natural killer cells. These are called as natural killer cells here. So, like this, two types of the specific cells are involved. These are not into the specific to the immunity. So, any type of the pathogens are preventing here. So, these are comes under the another factor of the immunity, cellular factors here. And the fourth one we are taking some other factors like that as a temperature, inflammation, and the fever. So temperature, inflammation, and the fever. So these are the another factors or the actions are involving into the human against to that of the pathogen to developing into the immunity. First of all, the temperature. Normally, the human body temperatures are 37 degrees centigrade are presented. Whenever the pathogens, for example, the viruses enters into the body, automatically the body temperature is going to rising here. The body is trying to rise into the temperature. At that temperature, that particular pathogen is not able to active form here. Like this, the body is getting into the immunity. So this is the one of the factors. Next, inflammation here. So certain factors, the certain pathogens which are enters into the one particular area of the body that entered around the entered surface, it forms the inflammation here. Histoproteins are releasing. It forms the inflammation. That means redness, itchiness, okay, swelling is occurs around the where the pathogenic molecule is enters here. That means vasodilation is occurs. So that only swelling is occurs in this portion, and the lytic enzymes are releasing, histamine drugs are releasing, and finally it leads into the inflammation here. So this is also one of the immune reaction in the body against that of the pathogens we are taking. And sometimes the temperature is going to rise beyond the limit. That condition is called as the fever. Fever is also occurs against that of the pathogen growth we are taking, pathogen inflammation or pathogen infection only. So these are the certain other factors which are involving the innate immunity. So like this, innate immunity is forming in the case of the humans. This is the one of the immune system in the case of the humans. It is a non-specific immunity. Any type of the pathogens, these are involving here. Next one is the acquired immunity, or it is called as a specific immunity. Acquired immunity, it is called as a specific immunity here. Acquired immunity or the specific immunity. So why we call as a specific immunity means, in this type of the immunity is specific to towards the pathogen. That means a particular pathogen is prevented by the particular acquired immune reaction only. That means here what it is happened means the acquired immunity most probably antibodies are producing here. Here what is happened? Antibodies, the specific antibodies are producing. So these antibodies are specific to that of the pathogen here. So that only this type of immunity is called as a acquired and specific immunity here. Specification is there. So particular pathogens only they are prevented by that particular immune power we are taking. So acquired immunity based on the activity or the functioning of the acquired immunity. Again, it is the two types we are taking means that the active acquired immunity, passive acquired immunity. The active acquired immunity again we are differentiating into the two forms: natural acquired immunity, natural active acquired immunity, artificial active acquired immunity. Like that as a passive also we are differentiating into the two forms: natural and artificial here. Okay, so one by one we can be studied first of all acquired immunity. In that active acquired immunity and the passive acquired immunity, what it is the difference between the active and the passive means whether the immune components now, immunogens, okay, immunogens we are taking, immune components or the immunogens is directly forming in organism. So this is called as a active acquired immunity. In the immunogens are so directly exposed. We are exposing to these pathogens. By the exposing of the pathogens directly, the immunogens are forming. Immunogens are forming in the body. That means antibodies are so producing our body only. Directly we are involved. Our body is involving in that. So that type of the immunity is called as a active acquired immunity. We are acquiring, that is we are getting the immunity by the direct exposure of the pathogen. In this case, the passive acquired immunity we are taking means the immunogen molecule, immunogens, that means antibodies we are getting from passively, antibodies getting from others. Okay, so immunogenically active person, from others we are getting the antibodies. So that type of the immunity is called as a passive immunity. So and the types also we can discuss one by one. First of all, active acquired immunity. In the two natural active acquired immunity. One by one, and their examples we can be discussed. First one is the active natural active acquired immunity we are taking. Natural act to acquired immunity. Here what it is happening, sir? The pathogen is the person is exposing to the directly into the pathogen. Pathogen. So once they are exposing into the pathogen, after getting of the resistance is getting after the activity of this immune reaction, and this resistance is a long lasting resistance they are getting here. So this type of the immunity is called as a natural act to acquired immunity. Example you can write here the example: smallpox, chickenpox disease. Resistance towards into the smallpox and the chickenpox. So what is happened? The smallpox virus or the chickenpox virus, when they are exposed, the person is exposing to these two, smallpox or the chickenpox, most probably majority of the people we are taking, sir, they are infected and they are getting the smallpox one time in a lifespan they are taking. The total lifespan they are infected with they are getting the infection with only the one time. So once they are infected, next time the same virus enters into the body, already they regarding to the antibodies are already prepared into the body, so that they are ready to preventing the smallpox virus or the chickenpox virus. Like that the immunity is developing. So this immunity is called as a natural. Infection is already natural. First time infection is natural only. We are not introducing anything. By the nature itself, naturally it is infecting. So we are getting into the immunity. It is called as a natural act to. Pathogens are involving and the antibodies are producing. So natural act to acquired immunity here. This is the example of the smallpox and the chickenpox immunity, resistance in the body. Next one we are taking is artificial here. Artificial act to acquired immunity. So what is meant by the artificial means active immunity. That means pathogen and the antibody reactivity is antigen antibody reaction is occurs. We are getting the immune power, but that antigens are, that is the pathogens are artificially we are infecting. So in this case the immunity is developing into the humans we are taking. Example you can take in the vaccination process we are taking. So in the vaccination process what we are doing is the pathogens in very less quantity we are introducing into the body as a vaccine. So once we are introducing into these pathogens, the particular pathogens we are introducing as a vaccine. So once we are introducing these pathogens, body is ready and it is starting in the production of antibodies. So automatically we are getting into the resistance. Again the next time naturally these pathogens are enters into the body already is having into the immune memory, so they are able to produce the antibodies and it is getting into the immunity resistance here. So this type of the immunity is called as artificial. That means the pathogens are we are injecting here. So it is called as a artificial act to acquired immunity here. Example is the vaccination. The vaccines are also again into the two types we are taking, live vaccines and the killed vaccines here. Live vaccines are the attenuated vaccines. These live vaccines are the attenuated vaccines. What we are doing is pathogens are inactivating without destroying into the pathogen. Just we are inactivating. We are not disturbing into the pathogens. The pathogenicity is only we are removing. Pathogen condition, the pathogen morphological structure is as usual it is present. Okay, we are not destructing into the anything. Just the pathogenicity only we are reducing here. We are destroying. That is called as a live vaccine. Killed vaccine means by the heating or by using of the chemicals, the pathogens are treated with the heating or the chemicals here. That time what it is happened, morphological structure, morphological changes are occurs, but not degenerated. Here the specification is pathogen is not going to degenerate here. Morphologically the changes are occurs. Pathogenicity is going to reduce here. But the condition is not going to degenerate into the pathogen. Pathogen should be into the active form. Active form means so morphologically we are changing it by using of the heat or the chemicals here. So those pathogens we are introducing, automatically our body is against to that of those pathogens, it produce the antibody. So this comes under the artificial active immunity. Okay, active acquired immunity. Next one is the natural passive acquired immunity. Natural passive. So by name itself is giving passive immunity. Passive means the immunity is developed, the immune bodies, the immune particles or immunogens are developing into the other's body by the transferring of these immune particles. Okay, so we are getting into the immunity. That type of the immunity is called as a natural passive acquired immunity. Example we are taking antibodies like that as the IgA and the IgG antibodies are transferred from the mother to baby. The baby by birth itself, how they are getting into the immunity against that of the different pathogens means they are getting the antibodies from their mother by the breastfeeding. That means what it is happening, antibodies are transferring from where to where, from the mother to the baby. Baby itself is not exposing to the pathogens and they are not developing into the antibody. Mother is already exposed, mother body antibodies are producing, those antibodies are transferring into the baby. So the baby is getting into the immunity. This type of the immunity is called as a passive immunity. Naturally it occurs. Mother milk is a natural process. Okay, feeding of the mother milk is a natural. So it is a natural passive immunity. Next one, artificial passive immunity. So passive acquired immunity we are taking. In this case, the pathogens are exposed. Pathogens are exposed one person. So that time antibodies are developed here. Already one person is exposed by the pathogen, their body antibodies are developed here. So these antibodies where they are storing into the body means in the plasma, the blood plasma. The antibodies are stores or they are presented into the blood plasma. Suppose we are transmitted into the blood plasma from the one person to the other person, the antibodies are also transferred along with the plasma, so that the another person is getting the immunity against to that of the particular pathogen we are taking. Means this type of the immunity is called as a artificial passive immunity. Artificial passive acquired immunity. Example we are taking sir. So in the case of the dengue fever we are taking sir. So the platelet transmissions we are doing, plasma transmissions we are doing. So this plasma therapy is nothing but as a artificial passive acquired immunity process one. So these are the types of the immunity, that is the innate immunity and the acquired immunity, and their examples we are taking. Okay.